Hi everyone, thought I'd come back today and give you a bit of an update on the new way of using magazine images. I had done the video and I'll put a card up there, so if you haven't seen it, it'll be available to you. I only did one signature at the time, and I know I'm going to turn this a little bit so we don't get too much of a glare. These magazine images are pretty shimmery. Remember when we cut a 2-inch strip of manila card, and then we folded it in half at 1 inch, and then we added some book page or book text to the edges. So I am going to just kind of quickly flip through here. I haven't really done anything more on this signature. It still needs work, absolutely. Whoops, did I miss one? Yeah, it still needs work. But I wanted to give you an update. I'm still working on it. I did get her boobies covered. I made a bikini top for her. So, yeah, and that's the one we did back then. This is the second signature that I've started, and did the same thing, you know, the same binding. We'll have the same binding, or I'll have the same binding. I put a little quote from Daphne's diary, a happiness note: no goal is too far if you enjoy what you do. I like that. And I also took this out of Daphne's diary. I like that across the bottom. And I added some of the paper. I added this because I love that house and I love the way it reflected in the water. I love these spools. And we go into more spools here. A new spool of thought I thought was really creative. I'm not going to change that, but I might cover the text. Well, I will cover the text. This I finished today. Travel and Holidays Through the Ages, and I added the suitcases. I cut them out of Daphne's magazine, and this was in it, in the magazine. I cut that out as well, and I just added the border. This one here I'm not sure of. It's not resonating with me, so I may cover over it. We'll see. This one here, it's all a work in progress, guys. I don't know what I'm doing with this. It's just a work in progress. I just wanted to give you an update as to how far I've come. I love this page. I like the nesting, and I like her. I like the way the tree stump comes out of the side here. It needs some words here, though, I think. But I'm not a word person. Like, I'm not really a journaler, so... but this text down here is going to go. And this is something I thought I would try. I really enjoyed this. And I liked the flamingo because the colors kind of match. And then I took, I'll show it to you. I've been making these. They're little pockets out of book text. And I got the idea from Crafty Irina on YouTube. And if you go there and you go to her channel, click on videos, and then search for envelopes, you will find this, because that's what this is. So the way I've made them is there's a spot in the back to tuck something, and that's the way she's made them if you want to do it. There's a tuck spot here and another one in the front of that and something down here. I'm not going to use them that way. I could put this one like in the back here. I don't know, but I know that there's going to be a lot of images when I'm done that I'm going to want to keep. So I thought little tuck spots like this would be helpful, and I just thought I'd put it in. So much for that. This one here is a half, not well, 3/4 page, and I kind of like that. These 2 pages are done. I like the way it came together. I found some images to put over the text here. I love vintage images, so I added that one. And this one here, the back of it, it's not done. But I thought I'd come and at least show you how far I am. And the third signature that I've got done, they're not done. They're sort of started. So I really like this sanctuary, and I like the wording here. So I put that in there. And I have to say that I've used Daphne's Diary and a blogging magazine from Stampington. I'm not sure. Well, I like the wording, and I'll probably keep this image, but I'm going to have to add more stuff. As you know, you can tell. And I love old tattered books. I love them. So that made me happy. And I love lace, and I like threads. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I'm just giving you a really, really, really quick update. And I really like this image. But there's the wording that has to go. And I'll find images to put over them. This one here, Altered Renaissance, I really quite like that. I'll change the wording again. This page is basically done. I like everything about it. I like exactly how it is. This one's done as well. It says stamping and sealing your letters in the manner of the Romantic age. Lend their elegance and flair. And that's what these are. I like that. This one here, I think these are called tussies, are they? Can't remember. Anyway, I just like the image. I get rid of the words. This one here is fun. It's bright, it's colorful, I like it. I got to get rid of that and maybe add something here. And I love tea and coffee and tea parties, coffee parties, birthdays, all that kind of thing. So I've added this. It's supposed to be an invitation kind of thing, but that's all going to change. Cherished opportunities, all of the wording here. The cherished opportunities I might keep, but I'll be covering this up. And when we turn the page, I loved the way this leaf looked. It's very textural, and not to feel, but to look at. The texture is beautiful. The rest of it will be gone. And flowers. These flowers are for, and it's a Dear Daphne thing. And when I read this, I thought I have to keep this in my book. in my journal, because I'll read it to you and you'll understand why. It says, "Dear Daphne, I saw in the magazine that you can send in an email if you know someone who deserves a bunch of flowers. How lovely. So that's what I'm doing. On our street, there's a man called Tom who has set up a kind of visiting service. He arranges for someone to drop in on lonely, often elderly people for a nice cup of tea. He does this by putting up messages in the supermarket asking if anyone can spare an hour a week to volunteer. The notes include his phone number and email address. When someone contacts him, he provides a name and an address for a lonely older person and arranges a visit. The first time, he comes along too, so the elderly person knows that the volunteer who turns up for a chat was organized through him. I'm signed up to the visiting club and I drop in on someone every week. I usually bring some flowers or a magazine with me. It's a lot of fun and the whole village is enthusiastic about it now. There are more than 30 members of the club, so we don't have half as many lonely older people now. I think Tom has earned a bouquet of flowers for this. Lots of love, Kobe." What a wonderful thing that he did. There's so many seniors out there that are so lonely, and it just resonated with me. So I have to keep this in here. I'm not covering up the text. I think everything about the letter that she wrote was amazing. And the last page, of course, that was on the back of the letter, so I'm going to cover this up. So that's 3 signatures I've finished now, and I've got one more signature to go, and then I'm going to finish up all my pages, and when it's all done, I'll come back and I'll do a flip, and that there won't be anything left to do. It'll be complete. So I just thought I'd come back and give you an update. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Bye now.